Hi, people. Good morning. Trust you had a good night rest. Welcome to another episode of Morning Walk with Dorcas. Yay! So today we're going to be talking about a very important topic known as BP. We've been hearing the word BP. But do we actually know what BP means? BP means blood pressure. And what's blood pressure? Blood pressure is the force of blood that is pushing around the walls of your arteries, even as your heart pumps around it. So, we all know our blood pressure. But do we know the range? Do we actually know the value that our blood pressure is supposed to be? So, the normal value for our blood pressure, our blood pressure has two values. That's the systolic. The systolic is the upper value, and we have the diastolic, which is your lower value. Your systolic is to be, for a normal BP, your systolic is to be 120 and your diastolic is to be 80. But the ranges is actually your systolic can go as low as 90 and as high as 140, or would I say we have different stages of hypertension though, but if I should range it, I would say 130, because 130 to 139 is like first stage of hypertension, and then the second stage is like 139 to 140. That's like the second stage of hypertension. So for me, I would just say keep your values above. It shouldn't be greater than 130. That's for your systolic, and your diastolic can go as low as 60 and as high as 90. Anything above 90 is hypertension. And we've been hearing the word hypertension. I think we are all common with the word hypertension, but do we also know that we have hypotension? And people don't know that hypotension is just as bad as hypertension. Hypertension is a long-term thing that can eventually cause heart attack, kidney failure, stroke. But do you know that hypotension, it's a short-time period, it's a short-time thing that, if not treated immediately, can even result to death, because your brain and vital organs are not getting enough blood, and eventually, if your brain is not getting enough blood, it's going to shut out, it's going to shut off, or shut up, or shut out, or whatever. It's going to shut down. Meaning, hypotension is more as dangerous as hypertension, if I would say. And then here's some few things I would like us to know. Your blood pressure spikes in the morning. That's why you see that heart attack and stroke are most likely to happen in the morning. And then another thing is that high blood pressure is not just associated with obesity alone, like we all know. Do you know that too much salt and not taking enough water can also cause hypertension? You know that salt is associated with sodium, and sodium attracts water. And then let's not go into that. That's details for another day. But I want you to know that it is not just obesity that causes high blood pressure. Your water and your salt intakes also matters. And then another thing I would like us to know is that children too can also have hypertension. We should not neglect it. Like growing up, I was taught that if you're not up to 18, you're not supposed to check your blood pressure. But I would advise us that we should daily check our blood pressure. Even monitor the blood pressure of your children. If you notice that your child is obese, that is like one vital reason why you should monitor his or her blood pressure. And then, do you also know that hypertension, it's a silent killer, because it often shows no symptoms until it's too late. So here's a take home for today. Ensure that you monitor your blood pressure. Do not wait until it gets bad before you check your blood pressure. And then monitoring your blood pressure is one of the safe ways to safeguard your heart, because your heart